Hi guys, so I'm going to be talking about, just looking at my list here, 11 faux pas that are actually okay to make with your interview. People stress and strain so much about how they've performed, so I'm going to run through these really, really quickly. One, being late. Whilst avoid it, but if it's for like a legitimate reason, nobody's going to die. Just explain yourself, apologize, and get on with the interview. Two is worrying that you've worn the wrong thing. If you have done your research, if you're right for the role, if it's a role that you are going to add a lot of value to, what you wear becomes secondarily. Obviously, don't go in the like leopard skin leotard, but within reason, what you wear whilst looking smart and professional. Don't overthink it. The other thing we hear a lot in interviews is people worrying that they were very, very nervous. Everyone is nervous, including the interviewers. They often are in an uncomfortable position as well, and I can tell you it's not comfortable on either side of the table, wondering what to ask or not to ask, and making sure the person is comfortable. I think whilst I have mixed feelings on this one. Public speaking and communicating your thoughts, you want to be as succinct as possible, but if you feel like you've spoken for too long, again, don't worry about it too much. I think that if you are focused on the role and it's right for you, then those things kind of fall to one side. I think as well, being a little bit shy or not making eye contact, if you're worried about that, again, not a deal breaker. Not been sure of the answer to a question, but honestly saying that you don't know, again, not a deal breaker. And also, being nervous of questions or needing the question to be asked again in a different way. No problem whatsoever. I will do another information video on things definitely not to do, but these things are not that serious, but they're things that people, a lot of our candidates worry an awful lot about. People worry about salary being discussed. The only time that we wouldn't advise the salary to be discussed is sometimes clients can make you an offer, can make our candidates offers directly in interview, especially if they're not experienced at recruiting. I think that can be, I wouldn't say bordering on unprofessional, but it does put the candidate in a very awkward position. So if you are at interview offered a role there and then for a particular salary, I would always, politely say that you're very flattered and very grateful to receive the, the offer, but could they put it in writing and you'd like to reflect on that as well and see the full terms of the contract before you were to agree to anything. Also, we recruit contract roles and we take care of the salary conversation with our third party. So if you're a contractor and you have an hourly rate, although salary may come up and you may commit to an hourly rate, not a huge deal, but try to leave that conversation between the recruitment agency and the client, because there's often a set margin and agreements in place there. The other thing that we hear from candidates that they might have not done very well is that they may not have spoken about all of their relevant experience. The interviewers will ask you what they need to know, and you don't need to worry about the fact that you haven't told them about your work history since you were 10. They will be well able to redirect you and ask for what they need. So I don't think that I hear many more things that people really worry about that are then, totally okay. I think the thing to remember is that we're all human, and there are humans sitting at the other side of the table. They do understand that it's a nerve-wracking situation, but I think if you do your research, if it's a role that you want and you have done your research on your interviewers and the role and you've been well briefed by your recruitment agency, there's not a lot really that can go wrong. It may not end up being a fit for you, but you just take that and move on to another set of circumstances that may suit you better, and you can prepare again, dust yourself off, and try again. So hopefully that helps.